This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Canned Cocktails is perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Now, here's four-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
If I unmute my mic there, Coach. Down here at Resorts World, Mountain West Media Days, continuing our live coverage, day 2, the Men's Basketball Media Day. We had the women yesterday, and very excited to have Brian Dutcher, the head coach at San Diego State, join us for a couple minutes. Brian, appreciate your time. How's it going?
Great to be here.
People love you in Boise. You always say complimentary things about Coach Rice and the Broncos, and I say this legitimately that earlier when I was mentioning we were going to have you on, we had 4 or 5 comments from Boise State fans saying that they love Coach Dutcher, so.
Yeah, well, when you're in such hard competition, which we always are with Boise, it can be nasty or it can be respectful. And why wouldn't you respect a program like Leon's got with the players he has, and you leave it all on the floor, but when the game's over, it's over.
I'm going to turn my mic 1 off here. I think we had a small issue there. So championship game, I know it's been I know you're moving on, new season, everything, but how much fun was that to be a part of and just to represent the Mountain West the way you did getting to the title game?
We're still basking in the glory. I mean, most coaches will be, what you did last year, it's over. Yeah, it's over, but I want the guys to still enjoy that moment. They're so rare. They're so hard to have. And so we're still enjoying it, but we're preparing for this year.
What did that do, you think, for Mountain West basketball?
Hopefully it raised the national profile. Like I said, everybody out west knows how hard the Mountain West is. And if you don't, you're not paying attention. But when you're on the East Coast and Mountain West games are starting at 11 o'clock your time, midnight, you have to be a fanatical basketball fan to stay up and watch. And so for us to play on a national stage and bring attention to the Mountain West, I think was a good thing for all of us.
How underrated is this league, do you think?
It's always underrated. It's always underrated. But when we say that, we still have to go out and win games in March. I mean, that's where you earn your respect. We all do a good job in the non-conference to set ourselves up with resumes. We play hard schedules, and we beat those teams. But, everybody's on me this year. I've been there 6 years. I never won an NCAA tournament game, and then I won 5. So it's like, well, you've done great things, Dutcher, but, you've always lost in the first round. And it's like people don't understand how hard it is to win that game, even one game. And so they're hard to win, but I think, as a conference, we have to win more, and that includes the Aztecs.
And I know, certainly you guys always have your target on everyone's back, but doing what you did last year, out of conference, in conference, I mean, what do you expect just going on the road to be? Is it going to be any different this year, or is it same old for you guys? Going to the championship game, I would assume, obviously raises your profile even more than it already was.
I always say if there's going to be a red out, black out, green out, or blue out, it's going to be against the Aztecs. So we scheduled the non-conference. We're going to play in hostile environments. Everybody, Boise's played, I think, at Grand Canyon. That's brutal. We're going to Gonzaga. That's brutal. We're playing at BYU. There'll be 21,000 people there. And we're going across town to play UCSD. First time ever San Diego State's been there. That'll be sold out.
Yeah, why'd you do that?
Well, we were playing USD. And anytime we got beat, it was a bad resume beat for us. But people don't understand, we're playing in a sold-out building when we go there. And so it was home and home always with USD. UCSD made the move to Division I, and they gave me a 2-for-1 scheduling. So I got 2 home games versus 1 return game. So we'll see if it's a mistake or not. We've got the 2 home wins. Now we go there, and we may find out we've bitten off more we can chew there.
I know you just coach basketball. You don't worry about it. But what do you make of everything that's going on in conference realignment? And you guys kind of thinking one thing might happen, and now it's not. And where do you look at San Diego State and just all this chaos of the last several months?
I mean, we were hoping to be in the Pac-12. I'm not going to lie. And it's all money. Generate more TV money, better for the budget, better for paying my assistant coaches, better for everything. That didn't happen. I like the Pac-12 opportunity for us if it happened because it was regional I think college athletics has got it backwards, where you're going to leave from University of Washington in Seattle and go play in New Jersey, and then you're going to play in Penn State. You're going to play in these places. It makes no sense. And I'm not just talking football, men's basketball. You're talking softball. You're going to go from Los Angeles and play in New Jersey. Come on. We're taking away the college experience. Every student, how are you going to succeed unless you're in all online classes? You're going to miss so much classes. And guess what? Some of these students are taking engineering. They're taking business. They're taking pre-med. They're taking majors where you can't go online. And it's not good for the students. It's not good not to play regional. And I'm hoping we have a chance in 4 or 5 years to have a do-over. Let football be football. Break off. Do your own thing. But everyone else, we need to get back to more regional play.
A lot of comments coming in, Coach. Brent says, Dutch is my favorite Mountain West coach not named Leon. So
I'll take that as a win.
You're speaking mostly to Boise State fans here, so I get it. But what is your relationship like with Leon?
Great. I mean, we're dinosaurs of the Mountain West. It's hard to survive in coaching anywhere. And Leon's been there a long time and done an amazing job. And like I said, I've only been the head coach 6 years, I think year 7 this year. But I've been at San Diego State for 25 years, 1999 with Steve Fisher. And so I think that's a reason Boise and San Diego State have enjoyed success. It's tradition, it's culture, and that doesn't happen overnight. Like I said, I almost was throwing it in the face of the other teams in the NCAA tournament. They talk guys that have been programs for 1 or 2 years are talking about their culture. I said, try 25 years. That's culture. And Leon's got the same thing. He's been there long enough to build a culture, and it's a winning culture.
I know that was a heck of a game when they came back and got you, and Max Rice was hitting some crazy shots in Boise. That was their senior night. You guys are returning the favor now on your senior night. Boise's got to come back up there. You always get a good battle when it's with Boise. I mean, it seems like you guys have some great games
every year. I mean, look back maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, all the buzzer beaters. I remember Dwayne Polee hit a shot where Boise was going to storm the court, and we threw one out. And
then when you guys were ranked number 5 in the country, I think, or something?
I don't even know. Yeah. We lucked one in, and just epic games with Boise every time we play them. But like I said, it's a good rivalry. There's nasty rivalries, and there's good rivalries, and what we have is a good rivalry.
What do you make about your team coming back this year?
If you look at the top picks in the league, everybody lost pieces. Boise, 2 starters. New Mexico, 2 starters. San Diego State, 3 starters. Everybody's lost pieces. There's not a team where you say, wow, they got all 5 guys back. And so it's going to be interesting to see. We know the pieces coming back are good. Who's added the pieces that are going to make a difference on their team this year? And that's what only time will tell.
But you lost. What do you make of your team? You lost some key guys, as you said, but you brought in some pieces I know you like also.
Yeah, I feel like I have 4 really good players because they all played significant minutes on last year's team. 2 starters in Trammell and Butler, but Ledee and Parrish are like starters. 6th and 7th man, key contributors. So I've got 4 pieces. Now it's the 2 freshmen that couldn't get on the floor last year I know are good. It's the transfers like Reese Waters and Jay Powell, seniors, 5th-year seniors. How are they going to fit in with what I've got coming back? And I don't know yet. Like I said, it looks good, but you lose 2 close games and instead of winning 2 close games, and your season turns.
Yeah. Well, hey, we appreciate the time. Best of luck this season. Looking forward to matchups with Boise State and seeing you guys try to make another run there. Preseason pick, I think, was pretty obvious for the conference, but I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams probably think they have a chance this year. It seems like there's a lot of quality teams in the league, and looking forward to it. So appreciate it, Brian.
Thanks for having me.
There he is, Brian Dutcher. Appreciate it, the head coach at San Diego State. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll pause it. We'll be back with Leon Rice and Mark Few coming up here in just a second. Don't go anywhere. Again, we'll be joined shortly by Leon Rice and Mark Few, so don't go anywhere. Tell your friends. They're both making their way down here now, I believe. Leon Rice. Now Mark Few's talking to Max Rice. Let's pick this thing up here. We'll be right back. Mark Few, Leon Rice here on Bronco Nation News. All right, let's bring it live here, not waste any of our time. Scoot in here a little bit, Mr. Few, if you don't mind. We'll get the camera going the other way here. Excited for this. We got Leon Rice, Boise State, Mark Few, Gonzaga joining us. Appreciate you guys making this work. Rare to have the two conferences down here together for media days. It's pretty fun.
It's pretty good, yeah. We're. I just heard the Zags were picked second. St. Mary's.
Yeah.
I love it.
You're more in tune to that stuff than I am.
No,
so,
not really.
yeah.
I just heard it, but
Yeah.
because I don't think it's ever happened before. But
Probably didn't happen when you were there, did it?
I don't
Yeah.
think we did. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you never did they even have preseason poll? I don't know. I never paid attention to it. But
You don't even need me. I could just leave. You guys can talk
Yeah.
for 10
Yeah.
minutes.
Well, we haven't caught up for a while.
Yeah.
We were,
Leon, what does this guy over here mean to you?
Oh, everything. I mean, we go way back to, our whole coaching career. We've been together and, worked together for 11 years. Our families together. And this summer was a hard one. We didn't get the time we usually get at the lake together. And
That's kind of the elephant in the room, too. Can we talk about that? Or are we.
Whatever you'd like to talk about, yeah.
Okay, I know. Boise knows this guy theoretically is a dog guy or whatever, but I just want you to know the greatest dog ever created, Zeus, was banned by Leon Rice at my lake place, my own lake place, because he's now became the owner of these two soft little, I don't know, they're not even poodles, but they act like poodles. And they banned, who they banned to? You know who the analogy of Zeus is in real life is Max Rice. Yeah. Zeus is just a fun-loving, hard-playing, one of the greatest guys in the whole world, and he was banned by from his own lake place from his mentor. Yeah. Leon was his mentor.
Yes, I was always a big Zeus fan, and he got me in the eye. I had to wear a patch one summer. Remember that one? But there's more to it. Zeus is more like Brock than Max. He's got a little loose screw to him.
He's Max, man. He's just a fun-loving dude who just goes hard and has a good time.
And it wasn't that I would have had to go get him out, and Zeus doesn't like car rides.
He loves car rides. Yeah.
Zeus is a loose cannon. And Zara.
Mind you, I'm having to process this while I'm trying to help coach Team USA to a gold medal, and I got a lot on my mind, and just getting hit by friendly fire back home.
I know.
Mark, what does this guy mean to you?
good segue there. So that's
he doesn't want to talk about
my mic was muted, but I asked you what this guy over here means to you.
No, hey, listen, he's family, man. He Robin, the boys. We essentially, Marcy and Robin raised our tribes together in this bizarre and wild and crazy profession. He's a huge part of what we built at Gonzaga and still is to this day. I mean, he's the guy I talk to the most and talks me off the ledge and all that as you get to those spots during any season. And yeah, I mean, he's been everything to me and the program and all of that. So
what are his biggest strengths as a coach, you think?
I think we share the same thing. We probably coach more off field than just straight. We're kind of in an era of just straight analytics, and kind of everybody leans on those instead of using their own eyeballs. And I think we both just use our own eyeballs. He's got a great feel for that. He's a great evaluator. He's got a great feel for people and how to, nudge them and push them and do whatever he takes to get, peak performance. And he's incredibly well liked, not only within your own program, but outside in the athletic department, school wise and community wise.
What about for you, Leon? What do you still take away from your time with him that it makes you the coach you are today?
Well, like you said, it's a feel thing. I mean, that's what Mark does so well. The right players get the right shots. He knows how to motivate each individual, whether it's staff or players. But that's the, everyone always asks me that. What's different? And he always does what's important. There's so much going on around our jobs that he keeps his focus on what wins and what's important. And the players are important. The culture is important. The way he treats the guys and the way he cares, about them for the rest of their lives. And that, that's the cool thing about him staying there for so long. And then me getting to stay at Boise for so long, you finally get to build that. And it's harder to stay at one place. We've talked about this a lot. It's a lot harder to stay at one place than it is to bounce around and kind of stay ahead of the posse. And, you can stay alive in this profession easier by maybe doing that than being able to stay and sustain it. And to, every year for the last 23 years, it was, this will be the year they fail. This will be the year. And I looked at something the other day that's phenomenal. The consecutive NCAA tournaments. It's Michigan State, and they're 1 year behind them. And then there's a drop-off to where it's only like 4 or 5 years in a row. To be able to do that year in, year out, with all the stuff that can happen within a program and injuries and bad luck. And to just consistently get back there and do it and keep climbing those to that next thing, and the next thing. And that's phenomenal. And it's hard because you don't see that anywhere else.
I'm sure you're not surprised to see him get it rolling the way he has at Boise and obviously making the tournament the last couple of years. What have you making of what he's done at Boise?
No, I mean, I'm not surprised at all. And, he's put his own stamp and his own style and his own brand on it, but no, not surprised at all. And doing it the right way, I think is very underrated. Also, even though I guess we don't have any rules anymore, but whatever the rules were at that particular time, he was doing it the right way, and he does it with great guys. I've had the opportunity to, be around a lot of his players over the years. In fact, there's numerous times where I walk into our own gym and I got a Boise State guy working out in there.
Justinian's in there shooting more. Yeah, but anyway.
How they get in there, I don't know. Leon still has, even though it's a new building and everything, Leon still has access.
I think my key card still works. I don't know. And I tell these guys the secret ways in.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about this on the way, down here. Back in the day, like you said, when Mark first became the head coach, we had all those guys returning, or a lot of them. Well, then the next year we lost a lot of guys, and we had to be out recruiting all the time. And we were, up to our tail in alligators, as Ray would say. But we were so busy, and all our kids were so young. And Robin and Marcy really raised Max and AJ and Joe and Kate and Brock and Julia and Colt. They were all in a group. And, so they all grew up together. They would those Saturdays down at practice, all the kids, Tommy would bring all his kids, and they'd have a free for all while we were all there all day at the arena. And then when I left, it was like a divorce.
Yeah.
You were dividing the children up. And one thing that stuck with me that I always like, it's crazy, but John Stockton said it to us that, well, each year those kids will start to develop more friends on their own and they'll kind of grow apart. And I was like, oh, that's terrible. I hope that doesn't happen. And it didn't.
Wow.
Those kids are as tight today, all of them, as they were when we left. It's pretty cool.
I don't know how much time I have in the interview, so I got to get this out of the way.
Okay.
Whose fault is it that you guys haven't played yet?
We're not going to ever play. And, if we play, hopefully it'd be a national championship game. That's right. I mean, it's just too complicated. And like you said, we talk all the time and share so much stuff, and we're open. We go on vacations together. We don't want to have to be, because he gets psycho competitive and
me. I'm normal.
Okay.
This guy flips a switch. So yeah. No, it ain't gonna happen.
No.
What about a charity exhibition or something? Come on.
I tried. I wanted the Julian Locke in our building.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Maybe if we played in Parma.
If we could play in Parma and the Marcy Few Dome.
Yeah.
Who's the better fisher of the two of you?
Oh, it's not even close. I won't even argue or I go for
he
the
tried
scenery.
it for a little bit, and then he I thought we had him kind of hooked, and then he.
Oh no, I absolutely love it.
ADD took him to somewhere else.
Right. And I'm not. These guys can. I mean, they grind. I mean, him and Bearcat, Barry Warner, they go out and they're from sun up to sundown. And I love being out there. It's so beautiful. But I'm the guy that when he took me last time, I had my own guide, and he was, the guy's treating me like I'm 6 years old, baiting my hook, or not. It's fly fishing, so we're not. But he's taking my hook out of my back, and but I love to be out there. I love to do it. I'm just not. It's not. I'm amateur. He's professional. He's top of the.
You would agree with that? His fishing skills?
No, I think the last time I went with him, he made some real strides.
Yeah.
I had him in the premier spot in the lower 48, which is hard to screw up. But he was fine. He was doing good, and I thought that might push him over the edge. But he's got a lot of things going on in his life.
Yeah, that's a commitment. It's a lifestyle. You can't do much else. You can't have 5 hobbies. And
are you the better golfer at least?
We don't really compare golf.
He is. He's played a lot more golf. I kind of shut golf down. I golf and fly fishing when I had kids. Something had to go, and it wasn't going to be fly fishing.
But I don't really love golf. I just like being out there with buddies.
Final thing, and we appreciate your time. I know you guys both have interviews you got to get to, but what just to have this friendship and have you both be coaches and successful at this level, and to keep it going, and to have what does it mean to both you guys just to after all these years both be doing what you're doing and be able to flip on the TV and watch each other's games and root for each other and I know it's not just you two. Your whole circle goes beyond this. It's got to be pretty cool to just see where you guys have all made it, thinking 30 years ago where it started.
It is, and I totally on this. We hit it just right, man.
Yeah.
We hit it in the sweet spot in the golden years where I think we're kind of the last of the group from that can carry over some of the things that Judd Heathcote and Don Munson and those types, Gene Cady believed in. But yet we're connected to kind of this new generation, whatever that is, and but we hit it just right. And we did. And we're so blessed to be a part of it. And you're right. I mean, our whole crew from Dan Munson to Billy Greer to Ray Giacoletti to Tommy Lloyd to I don't know who else I'm missing. Is
Tad and Church and all those guys.
Yeah, it's just been an awesome run, and it's been great to share it with our families too. We've had a lot of life experiences with our families.
Well, the cool thing for both of us and what Mark's done for this profession is so important in that, coaches get obsessed and they always think I'm the hardest worker. I got to be there at 6 and work till 12 and stay in the office. And he's shown people that you can have balance and you can do family and win. you can't argue it. There's nobody that's won more. So if you want to think, well, it's not the right way, no, he's shown the right way that you can do that, and that's so important. But it's just, the cool thing, like we said, is for us is that all that group that we all started at the bottom and we worked our way up. Tommy, Bert, Dan, me, and Mark all won our leagues that 2 years ago, and that was pretty special. I mean, I think that got people didn't talk about that enough. I mean, every Gonzaga coach won their league. That was pretty amazing.
Well, people are saying you need your own podcast, the Rice and Few podcast. You didn't need me, and you guys could have just done it yourself. And 4 or 5 people saying they'd go to Parma for the matchup.
Yes, I think we need to do that. No doubt. And then we can have that boat race like we had on the little in their backyard, the Laka backyard. Well, we can see the shrine to Marcy Few's 800-meter time.
Yes,
she's still the school record holder.
True.
I bet she could go break that time right now.
There you go. Mark, appreciate the time. Leon, appreciate it, guys. And best of luck this year, Leon. We'll talk to you a little bit later. We'll be back. Mountain West Media Day is coming up at 1 o'clock. We'll have Leon take some of your fan questions as well. So check back in then. Bronco Nation News. We'll talk to you at 2 o'clock in Boise, 1 o'clock here on